What's going on, guys? Your everyday math tutor here. In this problem, we have an NJSLA markdown and markup problem. Let's take a look at the first one. Jim is shopping for a suit to wear to his friend's wedding. He finds the perfect one on sale at 30% off. If the original price was $250, what will the selling price be after the discount? Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is look for the markdown. And after we find the markdown, we're going to need to look or subtract that markdown from the original price. So we will have original price, let's say original price minus the markdown. But why is it a markdown? The key words that give me the indication that it's a markdown is the word discount and the 30% off. So essentially, we are looking for 30% off of the original price. And then we're going to subtract whatever that 30% off was, or that 30%. We're going to subtract that from $250. So let's go ahead and start with the first step, is looking for the markdown. So the markdown is pretty simple. Let's write down markdown is equal to the original price in this problem. The original price, sometimes we might say original amount, but it's the original price in this problem times the percent that's given. And the percent that's given is 30%. So we write that as a decimal as 0.30. And if you don't know how to write it in as a decimal, all you need to do is do 30 divided by 100 to get 0.30. Okay, so the original price again, we'll look for, or the markdown is equal to the original price, which was 250 times 0.30. And now in your handy dandy calculator, you're going to go ahead and put 250 times 0.3 or 0.30, and you're going to get the markdown to be $75. All right, well, we're going to write it at 75 right now. We'll write the dollar symbol at the end, at the final answer. So this is what we have. We now have the markdown to be $75. So we're going to erase this, and we're going to put $75 in place of the markdown. We know we still have to subtract that from some number, which was the original price. But what was the original price? The original price was $250. So we're going to, in place of the original price, we're going to put $250. So we have $250. So we're already in step 2. We're going to have $250 minus $75. And $250 minus $75 is going to be $175. So the selling price after the discount is $175. So the first thing again that we looked for was the markdown. Here is the equation for that markdown. All we needed to do was look for the original price, the discount, and then we got our markdown. The markdown is how much it's going to go down by. And then we subtract the original price and the markdown, and we get to the conclusion of $175 or $175. Whoops. All right. So now let's take a look. And sorry if you hear airplanes in the background. My mic picks up anything. I don't know why I have it in such a high decibel, but I don't know. I kind of like the way this sounds. But anyways, let's take a look at the second example. Sarah owns a used furniture store. Okay. She bought a chest for $42 and sold it for $73.50. The question is, what percent did she mark up the chest? Okay. So again, keyword is markup. You can write markup as one single word too. Markup. And the markup equation is markup equals to the percent times original amount, or sometimes original price, as I had it in the past problem. So do we have a markup? Well, we could figure out what the markup is, because we do have the new price and the old price, or at least the price that she's selling it for, which is $73.50, and the $42, which is what she bought the chest for. So again, as I said before, the markup is how much it is going to go up by, or the markdown, at least in the other problem, was how much it went down by. So how much did it go up by? Well, in order to figure that out, all I need to do is write $73.50. We'll write it without the symbol, the money symbol, and we're going to write minus 42. We don't have to write 42.00 because in our calculator still give us the same answer. And then we write equals percent. Well, do we have a percent? Do we have a percent? No, it's actually what it's asking for. So we can just place that or replace percent with a variable. And let's just say P for percent. And do we have the original amount? Well, the original amount is going to be what she bought the chest for, which is $42. So now all we need to do is do a couple of operations and solve the problem. All right, so we have $73.50 on the left side minus 42. We're going to get $31.50 or $31.50 is equal to P times 42. Now, what's going on between these two over here? Well, the P and the 42 are being multiplied. In order to isolate that P, in order to get that percent on its own, we need to do the inverse operation. So essentially the opposite of what's going on between these two things, the P and the 42. We need to divide by 42 in order to isolate the P. And isolate just means to keep the P on its own. So again, we see here 42 divided by 42. Well, that is just 1 P. We're left with just one variable. And 31.5 divided by 42 is 0.75. But that's not the final answer. The final answer wants to be given in percent. So we must multiply the decimal by 100 in order to get the percent. That is just going to be 75%. So Sarah had marked up the chest 75%. That is from 42 to 73. 50 is 75% markup. And that is your answer. If you liked the video, please give this video a like. Subscribe for more videos. Hit that notification bell button down below to be notified when the next video is up. And I'll see you guys in the next one.